What's up, y'all? You'll have to excuse my voice. I'm trying to get over this cold, but I'm going to clean up this song called Always. If you're getting into audio restoration or audio repair, you can check out some records on places like archive.org or look for different public domain records there. Like Library of Congress has some good options there for you too. But this is the particular record I'm working on. I ran a module called Scene Rebalance and iZotope RX, which splits your audio into stems. So this split it into the voice, the music, and what it perceives as effects. You can adjust the intensity, or sorry, the sensitivity. I kind of left it at the default overall, but you can kind of hear what it's split into the voice and music. It takes a little while for this thing to process, so I kind of chopped away a good amount of this song so you don't have to listen to the whole thing. But in doing so, not bad, but listening to what it took out as effects, as most of that vinyl crackle noise. And again, there's modules that are built into this by default that you can use for this stuff. There's literally a decrackle module built into this. What I like about editing this particular way, you can get real surgical with it. So if I were to choose their default setting here, increase the strength a little bit, I can apply these effects independently to each one of these stems. So if I selected everything and hit render, it's only going to apply this decrackle to this track here, which has most of the crackle noise on it. You can also try to play around with the sensitivity to try to see if you can separate a cleaner version, because I did hear some bits and pieces of like the voice in here. But yeah, each record is going to be unique, so play around with this thing. So now in Adobe Audition, I'm going to use CEDAR Audio's decrackle to see if we can remove a bit more of that noise. So this is one dial. So I'm going to apply this. So when solving one issue, we kind of created another. So that one sounded okay. I mean, we definitely went overboard with it. So I'm going to select all, press apply, but I didn't get everything. So it's almost like parallel processing when it comes to compression. I'm doing the same thing, but with noise reduction. So that got a good chunk of it. Next, I'd probably run like a declick, perhaps. We got it. Clicks. Hit apply. Select everything. After running the declick, you see those little bright yellow peaks are pretty much all gone there. Now we're left with that hiss to address. Now I also lost some of the sibilance in his voice, the S. I'll be loving you always. He says always instead of always. That was just due to running the stem separation in iZotope. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I got rid of the S's by accident there. So try to avoid that. The hiss. And see how well this sounds in there. Not sponsored by anyone here. I just want to use my brand new toys. I just bought this thing, so I'm getting my money's worth. Artifacts I don't want, so I'll probably add a little bit of this. Again, this wouldn't be considered audio restoration. This is more like remastering. But the stereo image sounds a little wider. So let's listen to the original again. Yeah, so this is where it gets more towards the creative side of things when you're trying to restore the audio. Tools that I used initially were the iZotope RX, using the module to split it into different stems. Then I ran CEDAR Audio's dehiss, followed by a little bit of Clarity VX. You use whatever tools work for you. There's plenty of EQs. I just like Pro Q because it's very surgical and very doesn't add a lot of coloration. I added a bit of reverb, but again, you don't need to do any of this stuff. And there's a lot of different plugins that can add stereo with. I didn't necessarily need to use this one. I could have used a litany of other tools, but I used this by Waves, the PS22 X Split. And then I added a little bit of the Xbox Pro on top of everything. So this gave me a pretty good boost in the voice and kind of brought it together. Yeah, again, it sounds okay. It definitely got rid of the clits and pops. I removed way too much of the low end though, because now it's starting to sound boxy. It's starting to sound like this. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call this finished and perfect, but it's a little improvement. Anyway, we'll talk to y'all soon. All right.